Hi, beautiful divine soul. Thank you for being here, mostly in the moment with me, Mystic Mia Moksha, for another Love Pick a Card reading. We're looking at what they're thinking about you right now. We have 4 piles here. You may choose a pile based on the number, the image, or the crystal that resonates with you. If it doesn't feel like it resonates or applies, you can stick around to see if there's any messages in the piles, or you can pick another pile. If not, you can always pick a card reading if you want more information about the connection. I just want to say thank you so much for the incredible amount of love and support with your likes and comments and purchasing of the extended readings last week. It means so much. It was my debut and it went phenomenal, and thank you so much. It means so much to me. And thank you to all the new subscribers, and thank you for all the ones coming back. I appreciate every single one of you so much, and I hope that my channel messages are helping you along with your divine goals. With that, I hope you enjoy the reading, and I wish you much love and light. Hi, beautiful pile 33 for the Amazonite. We're looking at what they're thinking about you right now. What are they thinking about you? Knight of Cups in reverse. Messenger of Water in reverse. There's this feeling of, what else do I have left to give? What else do I have left to give? They feel like you're always ahead of them in this game of love. You always know the next step to take. What's the next appropriate step to take in a love connection? You're ahead of the game in that way. You're always forward thinking. And they just feel like they're empty. They can't think of any ideas. They don't know what to do to come to you. Like this beautiful pile 33 is always ahead of the curve. They always know what the right next step is. They always know if I need a laugh, or if I need a comforting gift or hug or nice compliment or support. It feels like they always have this edge on me. And it seems like your person, pile 33, is a very romantic person. They like pride themselves on the fact that they can think of creative things to do towards you in a relationship, and they just feel like they're just like dried out, like so in their ideas, like they're just so burnt out that they can't think of anything. Something to show you. 8 of Wands, yeah. They think that communication might not be enough. Words may not be enough. Something about causing you agony, because sometimes all they give you is words, and it's like, I wish I can give you something more, like more time or more quality time, you know, more of my attention, more gifts, maybe more something to give you more stable foundation. And I feel like you might have said something about that before, like you can't really hate on them because they always say nice things. Like they show their effort with their words and their support, even if they can't be there fully for you. Sometimes maybe it's work that's distracting them, or they're going through a difficult time, or they're working on something, or they're working on a lot of things, and a lot of things are going on at this time, and they just can't give you more than just kind words and support. And you can't fault them for that, but at the same time, it's like, oh, but I miss my quality time. I sometimes just need them to be there. Sometimes I'm just having a bad day and I just need a shoulder to lean on, and they signed up to be that person but they're not there, and you can't fault them because they're doing as much as they can. They're like texting you back when they can, or trying to listen to you, or they have like 5 minutes on their lunch break and they use that to like talk to you or call you or something like that. And like you see the effort that they're putting in, but it's just like, it's like a difficult time for the two of you. And it's not because of either one of you, your lack of caring or trying. Okay, what do they think about you? Faith. They do, however, have really strong faith in you and in this connection. So they believe that these times will pass and this is just temporary. But man, they feel bad that they feel like they can't like give you something special right now, because they're like, this would be the perfect time to give them something nice, like a nice gift or a nice date or a nice like something like a plan, so we can look forward to it, so we can get through these hard times and have this motivation of something like a trip or something to look forward to, or a date at the end of the week or end of the month or something. And it's like they're so burnt out that they can't think of an idea. And it's not that they're burnt out in love, they're burnt out like in life in general, like whatever is going on in their life right now. But they're thinking of you a lot, pile 33. They're definitely thinking of you a lot. Okay, so what do they think of you as like a person right now? What are they thinking of you? You're a very giving, kind soul. They're picking up on the fact that you're trying to give. You might be both in a kind of busy time in your life. But they notice when you offer to help or offer them support, or, buy a little dessert that they like because, they haven't ate anything all day and they've just been working nonstop for like days. So they definitely see the effort that you put in and the little things that you're doing for them. The Magician. But they don't understand how, like, because we are going through like a busy time too. So they don't understand how through this busy time, you're just working magic. Like, you know exactly what they need in that moment. Like, they forgot their lunch or something, and you have like, you bring it to them or something. You bring them lunch, or you prepare dinner early, or you have a snack prepared, or you grabbed a bar in your bag for them and hand it off or something, like, or you snuck in some food for them in their bag, and they're like, how do they know? I literally skipped lunch today because I was working through lunch, and how did they know to get me this? How do they know? They're just magic. They just get it. They're just intuitively helping. Like, they feel like they want to give that back, and it's not like they're not. I feel like they are, but they want to do something special. They want to do something a little extra special for you, to show that like whatever you two are going through right now is temporary, and it'll be like over before you know it. But this isn't like, yeah, you have the magic touch. You probably even know it too. That you just kind of know intuitively how to help them out at this time, how to help out the connection at this time. But it's because you have this magic touch right now, and sometimes it's going to be them. Sometimes they're going to know exactly what to do and what to say, and you know this to be true because you've seen it happen. You've seen them just kind of pull through when you needed them most, and you didn't have to say anything. They just knew. So you know that sometimes it's just you that has the magic touch, and sometimes they do, But right now, I feel like you have the magic touch. You know exactly what this connection needs. Little things here and there. So what do they think about you? The Tower. It was very unexpected. I feel like it's more trying. It's more of a trying time because I feel like they were planning to go through something. Maybe they had an exam, they had a major project at work, a new boss, some sort of family situation going on or health situation going on. But I feel like it's more like work related probably. And so they knew that this like period of time was coming where they're going to be like so busy, and then they're not going to be able to like tend to you and the connection as much. And they were going to prepare for this. They were going to prepare like a surprise, like, oh yeah, by the way, I bought us 2 tickets to this concert, or you know, I made a reservation at that really nice restaurant you've always wanted to check out, or you know, I planned a weekend getaway for when all this is over, so you know, we could spend some time together. They were planning ahead, but then something came up for you, and then both of you are busy, and so it's just kind of a little bit of torture for the both of you because you didn't expect, it was something unexpected for the connection. Both of you are kind of making it through. You have so many choices and options. Yeah, it was unexpected because whatever came through for you, made them feel like their thing was less important. They've been waiting for a long time for whatever they were doing, like improving their life somehow. And I think for most people it's their career. And so they knew for a long time that they were going to do this, but then you somehow magically manifested maybe a work opportunity for yourself, or something that made you very busy. And they're feeling a little down on themselves because they're like, wow, look at this beautiful, magnificent person I'm with. Like, they match me. They one up me at every turn. In a romantic connection, in career even. Like, that was so unexpected. For them, it was kind of like, they might not admit it, but really tough to swallow because it's like, it hurt their ego. Like, they were doing something to show you that they're working on themselves and continuing to be ambitious in work, and then you go ahead and one up them, and they're like, oh, this person's always gonna one up me, you know. So they're feeling a little bit down about themselves, but they're proud of you. I'm done running from this connection. So they have a lot of faith. I would not underestimate their courage and their strength through this, and their determination to see through this. They're very determined. So whether they're at a long distance, or they've gone away for work, or for family reasons, health reasons, or whatever, they're not running from this connection. They're going to be right here, standing next to you. I'm hearing from them, the reason I want to improve myself and push myself harder in career, or whatever this is, or through this difficult situation, is because of you. It's because of you. Okay, see what they're thinking about you. Allow this love to unfold perfectly. Their higher self is telling you, like, let this just happen. Let this just be done with. And and see what happens after. Because I feel like you might be questioning their loyalty and if they're for real. Do they have the courage to get through hard times with you? Like, the connection is not going to be all roses. There's going to be some difficult paths. And this is kind of this situation, whether you've been together for a very long time or not, it's kind of giving you confirmation on whether or not this person's for real. Like, if this person's going to stick by you through thick and thin. Because you might have not been sure so much before, or not sure recently, or you've been kind of looking at your options. Either looking at your options in regards to other people, or looking at your options in regards, like, other romantic interests, or looking at your options with your career, your living situation, your relationships with friends, and debating on where you should prioritize, where should you spend more of your time. And for some of you, you're entertaining other options. Whether you should downgrade this connection, or if you should keep your options open. But Spirit is saying, like, watch what happens after this situation. Let it just happen. I feel like you'll get more clarity. I want to spend my life with you. Yeah. They're very serious. They're very serious, but I feel like you needed some confirmation or validation. Everyone needs some sort of confirmation and validation from their partner once in a while. It's not like you validate them once and that's it. Like, you know, for your entire relationship, you're going to have to continuously show your partner love and show them that you're loyal to them, that you're in it for the long haul, that you love them, that you find them beautiful. Like, these are things that you kind of have to keep up, right? And so there will be lulls where you're just like, I don't know if I can deal with this. It's too much strain. Maybe it'd be less stress if I just let it go, or be by myself, or take some space, or live alone for a bit, or, you know, even if you're married, even if you've been together for a very long time, sometimes just like you start questioning things, and that's when you haven't had enough quality time with your partner. But I'm getting, this is like circumstantial. This is something outside of environmental situations. I feel like this was their test to show you that, you know, they're in it for the long haul, and they're not going to make you question it, and that you don't have to ask them every single time if they're going to help the connection. Because I feel like you might have had to ask them too much. You have to continuously ask them, well, what are we doing next? Where is this connection going? Are you in it? Are you serious? Are you doing anything to help? Like, are you putting in any effort on your end? You have to continuously ask them, instead of them just like validating you in this connection on their own. And so they had plans. The Knight of Cups in reverse, they were just so burnt out. And Spirit's message for this connection. It's a whole new world. Yeah. Spirit's like, wait till there's a reason why things happened the way they did. There's a reason they were meant to not bring like a date night or trip or something like that for you two to kind of have on the calendar to motivate you through this difficult time where you don't get to see each other that much or talk to each other or catch up or, you know, just be there to lean on each other. Like, I feel like it's like physical support, like actually just like sitting next to each other and leaning on each other and be like, oh, I had this really difficult client today, or this really like, I had this really tough conversation with a family member, or like, I just need to talk to you, and like, or I had this like, you know, I'm really stuck at a crossroads with this career situation. You know, you just needed them to be there, and they just needed you to be there for them too. You just both don't have that luxury right now, and there's a reason. Spirit saying it's a whole new world. So there's even a reason why like trips and dates never worked out for them, and there's a reason why they were just kind of not guided. Because, you know, Spirit's usually like, oh, your person, Pile 33, is like, I usually know what to do. Like, I usually have the best date ideas, the best like gift ideas, the best like trip ideas, the best like thing to look forward to for us. But I could not think of it this time. So they're very divinely connected, and you two are really like a divine partnership, because that's why the divine keeps giving you two like beautiful ideas to keep the connection, you know, spicy and connected and warm. But there's a reason that the divine purposely didn't give them an idea this time, and you'll see why. Hold your vision. There's something that the both of you wanted to do. I just got chills, and it's really warm out today. There's something that the both of you wanted to do but didn't know if you can do it. That's happening. That's manifesting. That's why Spirit's like, we're not giving you like just an extraordinary date night. We're not giving you just a plain weekend day trip or something. We're giving you something big. We're manifesting something big for the two of you. That's why this is happening right now. Their faith needed to be tested. Your faith. I feel like their faith needed to be tested for you. You want to test their faith. And you are also testing their jealousy for being able to continue being like really the fabulous person you are, like being able to continue being really like successful and inspiring in your own life. It doesn't have to be career. It could be like whatever you're doing. Like, I feel like you have so many options. Was like, you kind of show them that you're going to continuously find things to achieve on your own, in your own goals. And you had to have the lesson of not dimming your light out of fear that they'll leave you because you're always pushing ahead and might have more success in life because of it. And you also needed to test them that they will be faithful and they won't be deterred by the fact that you're such a go-getter, right? And so they were being tested in that way. And for you, what does Spirit have for you? Your manifestations are taking shape. Yeah. Hold your vision. It's a whole new world. So a Spirit's test for you in all this was to keep shining. Like, will you continue to like be your best self without feeling ashamed or fearful that people won't accept you, specifically people like your partner and people close to you, your loved ones, accept you for shining your light so brightly? And you stepped up to the challenge, kept going. I love this. And if you resonated with this and you love this reading as well, I would really appreciate a like or comment. It really means so much to me. I'm like kind of like crying because like I could finally do these kinds of readings. I could finally do the more spiritual and deeper readings, and I know Spirit will allow me to grow still on my channel and they'll, spirit will just bring us people who are like more high vibrational together. I'm like so happy to find you. I'm so happy you found me too. All right, anyway, I hope you have a beautiful rest of the day, and I wish you much love and light. Hi, pile 55 with the Labradorite. Let's look at what they're thinking about you. Hierophant. Okay, they have serious long-term commitment and marriage on their mind. So they're thinking about very serious things with this relationship. Wow, and it's so very serious. And the colors kind of remind me of this Labradorite. It's a very like beautiful shiny blue with a little bit of green and the gray and gold. It's just, yeah, wow. They're ready to put in the hard work and effort for getting this connection into a more secure place, to level this connection up, to make it more stable, secure. Wow. And came out so quickly. So this is very much like a clear thought in their mind. This one took a little while to come out, the Treasure Island, but wow, beautiful card again. Yeah, they're ready to make some changes with the 55. They're thinking with the Treasure Island that this will be a very successful, very prosperous union. They're trying to get over any resistance they have in believing that this connection will be prosperous in the long term, but I feel like that's something they've been working on for a very long time. They've been working on the fact that like it wasn't just you. I feel like this was an issue before even the two of you were together, whether you two have been together for a very long time or not. They've been kind of thinking about like if the two of you will be successful together. Will things pan out? Will you like your life? Will they like their life? Like overall, not just the relationship. They believe that the relationship will be good, but will, your finances will be good? Will you like your careers, your vocation, your purpose in life? Will you be fulfilled with each other and what you choose to do? And that's what they had trouble with, but they've worked on it and they believe it now. It just took them a while to get there, and sometimes they still have like negative thoughts creep up about this, but they're so good about it. That's why they're thinking so clearly about marriage, because they're like, I know we can. I don't care if I still have a little bit of like over analyzing or obsessive thoughts about success and prosperity for the two of us. Like, I know we can do it. I believe it. They've done enough in inner work where they fully believe that you two will be successful in all the ways. I'm getting they never had a doubt about the relationship. They just had a doubt about other things around the relationship. And they're like, we can't have a good relationship if we're like worrying about money or worrying about health or worrying about family or worrying about home situation, worrying about, careers and this and that and stuff. So they just wanted to make sure that although the love is real, that everything else is fine. So you two have the ability to just enjoy each other's love instead of being distracted by all these other stressors, but they're in a good place now. They know they've done the inner works. They believe it. It's just like they sometimes still have negative thoughts, but they're like, I'm not going to let those negative thoughts, I'm not going to heal that in overnight. Like, it's going to take time, but I believe that we'll be successful. I did the inner work. I remember that. I remember the day, or I remember the night where I did that inner work and I knew it, and I believe that we can be successful and prosperous. I had an image from God or an image from the universe, and I saw it so clearly, or a dream or something. Like, I know we can. I just have to keep reminding myself, and like these negative thoughts will subside. Like, eventually I won't have any like obstacles mentally anymore. But they're very clear about having a very secure marriage and secure relationship with you. Stable, secure, serious, and long term. 5 of Pentacles, yeah. 7 of Pentacles. I feel like they've seen you kind of stress about some of these situations that I just mentioned: career, home, money, rent, bills. And I feel like they've seen you grow as a person. For as like, even if you've known each other for just a short time, or if you've known each other for a very long time, they've seen you grow as a person. So like, if this person can grow out of their negative situations, they didn't let it get them down, and they persevered, then I can do it too. You gave them the courage to believe that this connection can be prosperous and successful, like physically too. Because I'm hearing like, I wouldn't have believed it if I didn't see you show me through your experience in just that short time or long time that I've seen you. Just in just the time that we've known each other, I've seen you overcome such stresses about physical things in life that I know that I can do it too for you. Wow. So how are they feeling about you? How are they feeling about everything? Caution. I'm feeling a little bit of guilt here from their end for being so cautious, engaging with you, or entertaining the idea of a long-term serious relationship with you because of these external stresses and concerns. I'm hearing sometimes love isn't enough. And I'm getting you might have been the one who told them. They might have felt that love was enough, but you might have been the one who said, love might not be enough. Maybe both of us should find someone who's better off than us, each other. And it could be like one person was struggling with career success, climbing the ladder, and the other person was more stressed about day-to-day bills. The other person was more stressed about long-term finances. The other person was stressed about family situation, or the other person was stressed about health situation. I don't know. I feel like it was like different things, but essentially you were both kind of stressed about physical things in your life. And you always seem to have like a positive attitude about it. Like, hey, if we love each other, like we can figure it out. Or maybe this is like, it's good to see each other at our lowest points because, if we work in our lowest points, that it could only get better in our highest points. If we could see each other through these dark times, we'll be able to be so happy during our good times. And so, like, I feel like you used to just kind of encourage them and support them in that way. Like, consistently, like, being like, hey, this is just temporary. Like, trust me. Like, I can get myself out of this. Like, trust me, we can get out of this. Like, this is, like, how beautiful that we're seeing this from the lowest point in our lives. Like, we're going to remember this. And this is why we're going to value each other when we hit, like, the highest points of our lives, But I feel like your person, lovely pile 555, I feel like your person was the one bringing extreme caution. To the point where you're like, you know what? If you're worrying about it so much, then maybe, love is not enough for us. Which made them think, wow, like, look at this courageous person. They used our love to motivate them to get themselves into a better place. Why didn't I do that for us? Why shouldn't I do that for us? If this is how this person acted during our low times, like, why didn't I see, like, that's what I need in my life? Like, they were so kind to me, and they were so encouraging and supportive. when they were getting themselves out of the situation. And look at me, I was not trusting the situation. I was just putting worry onto this connection. I was not seeing the future between us because I was kept doubting them and doubting everything. I wasn't using our love to motivate me. I was just putting us down. So I feel a lot of guilt there. On their end. Okay, so what do they think about you? What are they thinking about you? 9 of Cups. Yeah, so they see you being very successful or wish granted. Like maybe you had a health thing, maybe you had a financial thing, maybe you had a work issue or a family issue or issue with like friendships or a living situation or something in the physical. And they see you got yourself out of that and you were successful. You were true to what you said. Like you're a woman or a man of your word. Like you said you were going to do this and you got yourself out. And on top of that, while you were going through that difficult situation, you're encouraging your partner while you were getting yourself out of the difficult situation. And they weren't doing anything to help. Maybe a little bit here and there, but like mentally they weren't really helping. Yeah, so 9 of Cups. They see that you're a trustworthy person, and that's why they want to marry you right away, because they're like, this person can do anything if they put their mind to it. If they're in a difficult situation, they can get themselves out, even when their partner is being a stupid butthead. The Star card. Yeah, and I feel like you're the kind of person that goes after their dreams. You think of goals for yourself and then you go do it. And it's kind of like you have to like know you to like believe it, because I feel like outwardly people might not take your word for it, but being your friend for a very long time or being your partner for a very long time, like people get to see these amazing feats of courage and bravery and this like tenacious attitude that you have, determination of getting things done, like setting a goal and accomplishing it. I feel like they revere you for that. Here, revere you. Poised. All these cards are coming in reverse, so this might have been something that happened recently. They just saw this in your connection recently. They just saw this in real life recently. And poised, you look so good doing it. Yeah, they're kind of a little bit embarrassed because I feel like they didn't completely know or understand this about you. This could be like if this is a newer connection, they didn't know you well enough to believe you, and they might have had a lot of people in their past, friends, co-workers, and even ex-partners who just said they have dreams and then not actually do anything towards them, or make empty promises kind of thing, or not as much of a hard worker or determined person or outside of the box thinker. And if this is someone you've been with for a very long time, then this person never saw the side of you. Maybe because they never allowed you to show the side of yourself. Or they forgot that you were like this, or, believe that you couldn't do this anymore, or or I'm getting for most of you that's been in this connection for a long time, is just like a surprise. Like they're like, wow, they don't stop surprising me with new things I learned about them. And this one's like a pretty cool one. This one's a pretty big one to recognize. Like, you know, like that moment, like it's like you've been working for a long time at something, and people just kind of say like, oh yeah, sure, you'll be successful at that, or no, like you should do something else, or I'm getting kind of like, is that a movie Drummer, I think? No, the movie was called Whiplash. Yeah, in that movie Whiplash, like that guy, I'm gonna ruin the plot for you if you haven't seen it. So skip ahead 10 seconds if you want to watch that movie. It's a really incredible movie. I love it. But yeah, the guy wants to be a drummer, and he works his butt off. Has incredibly hard a teacher that, like, you know, pushes him and drives him really hard. And he practices and practices, and you know, he's doing a show, and his father comes backstage. He wanted to give him something or something, and he watches his son playing the drums, like, you know, in front of everyone in this beautiful like orchestra setting, and the father just kind of like drops his jaw and starts getting watery eyes. It's like it's that realization, like, oh my goodness, how did I never notice or appreciate how well my son does this? Like, he's so gifted, he works so hard, like, this is special, he's special. Like, that's what I'm getting from this like, I feel like they're like looking at you and just like in awe, like in so much awe over this. It's like they're just frozen, jaw to the floor, watery eyes, and just kind of like, how did I never notice how special this person was, that they can do something like this? That's why I'm like, this is like a really big thing. This is why they're like, I'm going to marry this person 100%. It's what proved to them that this is like, this is it. And if you're already married or in a long-term committed relationship, it's like, it's what validates for them that they want, that they chose the right person, and they're so lucky, and that they want to continue giving to this connection as much as you have. Okay. I imagine you naked. Great. Yeah, it does get them pretty hard, or wet, whatever, whether male or female. Your person, 55, it gets them pretty excited. You'll probably feel that energy for a while, because oh yeah, I love how the higher front is 5 too. 555. It's a major change. 5 of Pentacles. It's a major change. And it's the end of you being successful on your own, and the beginning of the two of you being successful together. Because I feel like that's what was blocking this prosperous future for the both of you, is that they didn't believe. But it wasn't that they didn't believe in the connection. They didn't believe in themselves. So how are they going to believe in the connection if they, like, that the connection is going to be prosperous and successful, if they couldn't believe that in themselves? So when they see you do something as beautiful and as magnificent as you've done, they believe, you know, because I feel like they can only see like, oh, I'm probably going to make a little, like, you know, a little bit more than I do now. That's a goal. But it's like, you dream big and you think long term, and you believe that you can actually reach that level of success, and then you showed it to them, and so now they believe now, and that's why this prosperous energy is coming into focus for the both of you. Prosperous future. And it's not like you being prosperous by yourself. It's like the two of you teaming up and being prosperous together, manifesting successful, prosperous energies together. You know, a lot of money, a lot of success and goals pursued and career and otherwise. Joint efforts as well. It feels like something missing without you around. They might have been kind of cold to you recently, or they might have kind of drifted away. This could be a little to no communication situation because they kind of lost faith here. And you continued pursuing your goals. And they see that you're being successful, and they want to come back, and they want to put a ring on it, lock you down. But yeah, I feel like there was some sort of separation here. And now they feel like they made a mistake. That they weren't fully there in the connection as they should have been. Okay, so what is the message from their higher self to you? We're miles apart, but you're always in my heart. Yeah, so I feel like there was like a little bit of distance that you two put in between each other. You, because you're just tired of someone being a negative Nancy when you're like going through a difficult time and like trying to have enough hope and courage for the both of you. And then because they didn't believe that this connection could be successful in like physical ways. But they still liked you. They still cared about you. They still loved you. I love you so much, it scares me. Yeah, and that's what they were worried about. They're worried that like they are so in love with you that they were just going to mess up their life by not holding down other like stable foundations in other parts of their life. And so that's why they kind of separated, or that's why you separated, because you sensed that from them. And I mean, that's what needed to happen for the both of you, honestly. What is Spirit's message for this connection? What's Spirit's message? Let your faith be renewed. Okay, wow. Surprisingly, the messages in this one and the previous one, at least, the messages have been kind of let yourself be surprised. And what happens? What unfolds? Okay, last card. Okay. The end of a tough cycle approaches. Yeah. So it was a bit of a difficult time for both of you, because you had to separate and you had to achieve the success without them. And like you're very poised. Like Spirit like is bowing to you. I'm getting it's because like you handled this situation like it was effortless, but it was not. It was very difficult for keeping your mentality positive and keeping faith and, you know, pushing through and believing this entire time when even they lost faith. What you want to do with this situation is up to you, but you have the information now. Yeah, if it didn't resonate, you can always pick another pile. If it did resonate, I'd love a like or a comment. I'd love to hear about this. No, especially like your faith in yourself. Like, let me know if you've gotten to that point in your life where you're just like, you know, no one's gonna get me down. Yeah. Okay. So I hope you have a beautiful rest of the day, and I wish you much love and light. Hi, wonderful pile 88 with the Celestite. Let's look at what they're thinking about you. What are they thinking about you? Love. Oh, wow. They're thinking about the incredible, powerful love that they have for you. They're like, I don't care if it's not reciprocated, but I feel we are meant to be. We are soulmates. I found the one. And I feel like they know it too, and they feel it too. But whether they acknowledge it or act on it, I don't care. I love them very powerfully. Forever. It's timeless love. It'll always be there. Wow. What a way to start a reading. Here and now in reverse. So when any card that's about like here and now comes up in reverse, it usually means for me that they're thinking about this right now as you watch the reading. Wow, incredible. The past and the future depends on today, so I'm getting they're moved so much by this love and this like powerful love that they're feeling. I keep getting powerful love, power. It's probably because of the 88 energy behind this too. It's just power. They feel empowered to make some action, take some sort of action in this connection. 7 in Swords in reverse. They have some truth that they need to get off their back. Some powerful truth. I love these crows here. The black feathers. This powerful truth, it's dangerous. It's so potent, this truth that they have to tell you, that it's life-changing. It's very magical, but it's very, like, it's going to cause some magical stuff to happen. It could be miracle, or it could be protection. It could be divine protection in order to prevent any negative energies, stopping this love from happening, stopping from this truth of coming out. And 3 of Pentacles in reverse. Okay. We have 3 of these cards come out in reverse. Even the love card came out from their side to your side. Yeah, it's going to stop some stuff. Okay. So this could be something like an unwanted pregnancy, an ex coming back, a death in the family, loss of a job, loss of a home. Something, or like, it's like something disguised, like a blessing in disguise. Yeah, that's why I kept getting powerful truth. Powerful truth. Something you didn't know about them, and a medical condition they kept secret. A certain history with an ex that was very that was kept hidden for a reason you might not like. And it sucks because you two are working well together right now, but this thing, that's why Spirit is giving you a lot of protection. This connection, Spirit is giving this connection a lot of protection. I feel like they're giving, especially giving them a lot of protection, because it's like, yeah, whatever they say, like, it puts their life in danger. I'm hearing it could just be that, you know, you may become violent, or just angry and emotionally violent, verbally violent towards them. going to pull an extra card for that because that's too much of an important energy to not get clarification on. Yeah, something stops them in their tracks. So I feel like they have like a situation. They plan to start working on something with you. Working on something for this connection. And then something happens. They lose their home, they lose their job. Someone in their immediate family or someone close to them passes away. Something like that. Which puts a halt on this situation, on the two of you working together. Anger. Yeah, see, I told you. Like, Spirit's trying to protect them because they're trying to do the right thing and they're doing it out of love. Very powerful love. And the truth that may come out might cause a lot of anger, some evil eye situation here. I don't even talk about black magic and dark magic that much because I don't give it power. But this is, I don't F with black feathers. I know the energy of black feathers. It's deadly. I get that omen. Nope, that is, let me see what this anger situation is about. They're ready to, okay, yeah. So someone, an acquaintance, so something outside of this situation. Siblings, acquaintance, okay. Yeah. I think it's their brother, sister, or someone who feels like a brother and sister to them, a really close friend, their actual brother and sister, or their close cousin or something like that. May interrupt, like, because I feel like they're about to come to you and they tell you this, like, they're ready to like work on something with you, and then it gets halted immediately. I'm gonna look into this energy a little bit further. What is this? Okay. Oh yeah. Okay. So I feel like it's like a sibling that gets kicked out of their home, has like a violent situation with their spouse or long-term partner or something, and they have to like leave the home with their kid or something. It takes their attention away from working on this connection. It's like all stop. I think it's an anger situation. They might ask to stay with, they might ask you if it's okay if their sibling moves in with you for a bit, or maybe if you're living together, moves in with both of you for a bit, or maybe their sibling needs to move in with them for a bit, and that like, I don't know, maybe you two kind of needed this moment because they're like thinking about the powerful love that you do have, and they're ready to like tell you some sort of truth, and this happens, and it like it actually angers you because like it's like you two are finally working on this and finally getting somewhere, and then some outside situation comes and takes away their focus on this connection. And it gets you angry because it's like, okay, your sibling is already married, like we're not even there yet. Like, you need to keep focusing on this. Like, yeah, you should help them, but like, you know, I feel like maybe the sibling is mad at you, and that's what causes the rift, or the sibling is going through a difficult situation and it's just like makes you angry because you've both finally like reunited and ready to work on things, and it just kind of like every time you two are getting to a place like something like this happens or something like that. I'm gonna look into this because this is more important than what they were thinking about you. This is like what is happening here. Okay, my trusty deck. Okay, so what is this truth that they were going to tell you? Oh, they don't want to tell you. But they do. And it goes well. What is they going to tell you about? Strength card. Funny, this is the strength card here, the love. I'm sorry, that's the lovers. The strength. Sorry, I keep thinking this lovers card and the good tarot is the strength card because of the lion and the woman, but it's the lovers card. So this is a strength card though. It breaks their focus. They come to you and they tell you this like honest truth. They're like open with their heart. They tell you everything. They lay it all out and they're like, I want to work on this. I want to work. We have to do this together. Let's do this. And they're so excited and they're like fully there. They're fully ready to work on this connection and move forward with you and work on this project together. And then the situation happens and it breaks all their concentration and they just kind of flee. And all their focus goes on to their sibling or to this friend. And it's like, it kind of angers you because it's like, wait, are we not a priority anymore? Like, I understand that they're going through a difficult situation. I understand that you want to be there for them. That's cool. I want to be there for them too. But we aren't a thing. Like, that we aren't going to continue. Like, we're not going to be together if we don't finish doing this or something. I put them in a really difficult spot. Let's see. What are they feeling during this time towards you? Movement. They're like, hey, I took some action. We're doing something. It's not like I'm gonna stop. Like, we're still gonna. I took an action towards you, but it's like, it's kind of like one of those things. It's like, this is the moment. Like, you've come back, and we have this one moment to make it work, to come together, and something else comes up. You know, it's up to that person. It's up to that, each person to prioritize what's more important in their life, You don't want to leave this person stranded, obviously, but like, it's up to them to, like, this is like a test, a challenge. Like, they want to work it out. They're gonna have to figure out somehow, work double time if they need to. Like, this is now or never. This is the moment. This is the moment. Like, they have a chance, an opportunity to work out things with you, to fix things, to move forward. And even though this is like a important situation, they're gonna have to, like, kind of toughen up and prioritize the connection. Otherwise, there is no connection. If they don't prioritize you, there is no you anymore. So they're gonna have to figure out some way. And in my opinion, this is not spirit, in my opinion, the best solution would be to ask you what to do about this, because then it involves you and then you're part of this, you know, and then it'll make you stronger working on the solution together. But if they don't recognize that and they don't like include you in helping this like sibling or whatever, then they're choosing to kind of go at it alone, not include you in their life, not ask for your help, not feel like you're needed, that that they're prioritizing some like something else, someone else over you, and that you don't, you know, and that they're gonna give up on this opportunity, and that they don't value your input, or are breaking their promise immediately by not working with you. So this is like a do or die moment for them. So what's going on with this situation with the sibling? Yeah, home situation. Something with the home situation. I am hearing domestic abuse, or it could be getting kicked out of the home, not having nowhere to live. 5 of Swords, a very deadly fight. Maybe something happened in that area. It's like, I mean, it's important, but this is their opportunity to show you that you're there, like you're with them. That it's not them handling this situation, it's the two of you handling this situation. And yeah, it's kind of an awkward situation because like you both are trying to work something out, and you're kind of thrown into this. You're both kind of thrown into a situation where you have to like trust each other as if you're like, I don't know, already on really good, strong terms. It's tough because I can see their point of view. It's like, oh, well, this is a family member. I really need to be there for them and help them. And like, we just started talking again. We just started like working things out again. I don't know if it's appropriate to bring you into this very like personal, deep, serious family situation. I can see their side a little bit, but like, if they don't, they're gonna lose you, because like, this is it. It's now or never, here or now. Okay, so what's going on? What's Spirit's advice for this? Because it's really like, honestly, what is happening here? What is happening here, Spirit? What is honestly happening here? The higher perspective. What's the best move here? That's the reunion card, and it's in reverse in this card. End of a reunion. Yeah. It certainly seems like it. End of a reunion. What does that mean? Oh my gosh. Oh, the cards just went like flying. Throw all the cards on the table. Okay. So this isn't a time that you can really like take your time to figure out what you two should do. It's kind of a moment to kind of just throw out all the options and, you know, show all your hands. Everyone show their cards. You know, you're gonna have to say like, okay, well, this is an important, serious situation. This is what we can do right now. These are my options right now for us, for you, for me. What are yours? You know, laying it all out there. I'm getting from Spirit, this is the easiest way to find out if you two should move forward or not, because I feel like both of you are asking for this subconsciously. Like, hey, if this person comes back into my life and we're working it out, I want to know right away if this is for real or not. And Spirit's like, all right, you're wishing by command. We're going to bring you in a serious situation and you're going to find out for real. Both of you are going to find out for real if this is for real or not. 6-6. Give and take. I feel like you both share what you would like to happen, what your solutions for this connection and this situation is, what you like to see going forward. You kind of have like maybe like a moment to talk about this and lay it all out there. And it kind of makes it easier with the serious situation to look at, like, okay, either I come with you and I help you, or, or you can go do your thing. And I'll give you your space, but I can't promise I'll be waiting here when you get back. It's kind of forces them to make a split decision. Either they include you on this or they don't. And that says everything right there. So I can't say that things won't happen in the future, but I feel like you'll know exactly where they are in this connection with this situation. But that's just right now, They might have been willing to kind of work on this to get to a better place between the two of you in the future. But I feel like one or both of you kind of unconsciously ask Spirit to make it so obvious whether or not this is for real or not moving forward. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this reading. If it resonated, I really appreciate a comment. I apologize. I don't mean to trigger or, cause some sort of negative emotions. If it didn't resonate or didn't feel good, just leave it. It's all fine. It's all good. Or pick another pile or something. But I feel like there's some people that really needed to hear this message, and they were divinely guided to pick this message, and you know who you are. And even if it's not such a dire situation, but you feel like this is kind of your energy, you might have a more easier going situation pop up, not so dire and serious, that lets you know where your partner is in terms of this connection and how they feel like being truly partners with you, or trust you, or make you be able to ask you for help, or feel needed or included. You'll get some answers. All right. I would love a like or comment if this is a situation. You don't have to share if you don't want to. This seems kind of more personal and serious, but it could help some other people out if you leave something. But I hope you have a beautiful rest of the day. I hope this all works out for you in the best possible way for everyone involved, and I wish you much love and light. Hi, Divine Pile number 99 with the Sodalite. Let's see what they're thinking about you. Okay. Shuffling a lot here. So this is something that they don't think about quite frequently about you, but they have been thinking about it recently. And this is the magic that you have around you, the magic that you present, how you kind of know something sometimes and kind of understand parts of them that they didn't understand about themselves, and just how you kind of call things to your life. Even animals, I'm getting kind of animal whisperer or plant whisperer, orphaned. Yeah. I feel like this person isn't thinking about you that often at this time. But when they do think about you randomly around this time, they think about, I'm getting your difficult circumstances in life may have been the reason you're so psychic or wildly creative or deeply passionate about things or such an inspiration to people. So they think about that. So this person doesn't think about you like that often around this time. But when they do, they think there's a magical quality about you. They think about like more of like your qualities, like how, like, I know something amazes them about you. They don't get it sometimes, like, but they try to make sense of it sometimes. Like, how did that person know? Or, how did that person get to where they are or choose the career path they did, or has that sense of style, or has that passion for those topics, or know so much about these very niche things. Like they always like they think of you in that way. Like when they do think about you, like this person's so magical, and it's probably because they like spend a lot of time with, alone, or spend a lot had a lot of difficult situations when they're younger. It's like a lot of people, like there's some people born with psychic abilities, intuitive gifts, and some people naturally develop them later on in life. But sometimes we all have this like innate like psychic abilities, gifts and talents that we need to kind of bring online and uncover. Not all of us do in this lifetime, but some of us get there through very difficult situations that break our psyche. And when we break our psyche, we get to this point where we're just like, you believe, like, you're in such a rough place that it's kind of like, do I endure suffering or do I choose death? And that's the kind of torment I'm talking about. People get to such a dark place sometimes that their psyche breaks, and then they look to something bigger, grander. And that's why your brain starts thinking of like these solutions you might have never ever thought of. And so that's how a lot of atheists turn spiritual or look to religion, because they had that moment where they were in such a rough place between having to choose between suffering or death, and it breaks their mind into something bigger. It's a coping mechanism to be able to fantasize, right? That you're in a better place. That's why a lot of people think that a lot of these people who are very creative, it's because it comes from a place where they had no choice but to make up those stories in order to kind of like escape their reality that they could not handle. Sorry, this is gonna get light, don't worry. It's gonna get into a positive place. Just bear with me for a sec. But from that really dark place, a rose can be born. Like, a beautiful light can be brought out. I feel like this person thinks about that. They sometimes think like, is this person like too like not okay? Like they have too difficult of experience? Like, will I even be able to relate to them, kind of thing? Okay. 4 wands. Happy marriage, happy home life. They're like in another life, or if I had to pick a second person, I feel like this person might be with someone, or they might be with someone, and they're like, if I had another life, or if I didn't have the partner that I do now, they would definitely be someone I'd be willing to kind of put down roots with. But sometimes they feel like they can't relate to you because, I don't know, I think around the time that you met them or something, you were going through a very like difficult time. You were in a dark night of the soul or in a depression. You were in a dark place, or coming out of a dark place. And so they couldn't really relate to you or feel like it was too much for them to handle, to take on. And so they don't think about you that often, but when they do, they think about like, hey, like there was some magic about them, and maybe in a different life, or maybe if I didn't find the person I'm with now, like, yeah, maybe I would have give that a shot, or maybe like look them up or something along those lines. How do they feel about you? See, I'm shuffling a lot. That's my like sign that like it's not like this is like a very clear thought or a strong thought in their mind. This is just something casual that they think about once in a while. Success and face down. They're like, I bet this person is very successful. I bet they're doing well. I don't know. So this person doesn't know. They haven't like heard from you or looked you up, or maybe like once or twice, but like they don't know if you're doing well, or they can't tell from the things that you post or from people that you both talk to, but they just assume that you would be successful. I mean, they feel like maybe you were that person that had a really dark experience, and maybe you were going to live like a very dark life. But in that moment, it was scary for them because they weren't sure like if that was who you truly were, if you could ever get out of that kind of situation, or get out of that depression or sadness, or have a healthy relationship after that. But they always had like a little bit of hope because like you had so much magic in you that they couldn't help but think like, oh yeah, like I think we could have been a really good, strong partnership, and I bet that they would be successful. I have no doubt that they're doing fine and doing well, way better than I think. But back then I couldn't risk it. I couldn't tell if their way of thinking or way of being was just too much or not. If it was something I could take on. All right, so what do they think about you? What do they think about you? See, ton of shuffling. I never have to shuffle this much. Six of Wands, again, face down. They believe that you are probably very successful, that you reached your goals. I mean, you're very convincing. You're very convincing. There's a lot of magic. You had a lot of power. That's another reason that they're afraid. Not the fact that you were just in a difficult situation or getting out of a difficult situation, or had like, probably more difficult experiences that they can understand or relate to. But you had a lot of power, and that's also what freaked them out, because it's like there's something very special about you, very magical. You have a lot of power. In a sense, you kind of mirrored their fear of power, their fear of taking on that much power within themselves to match your potential, to reach their potential. Let's see, what do they think about you? This is so weird to me because I never had to shuffle this much ever. Yeah, so this might be someone you're asking for that has like little to no communication, or an acquaintance or an ex or something that you haven't seen for a very long time or don't usually talk to, or they ghosted you, or they try to ignore you, or you just keep at a very distance conversations. Oh my goodness, I shuffled through the whole deck twice. So it's like there's nothing much more to say here. I'm sorry. It sucks if it's like the amount of thoughts that you have about them is not reciprocated, but sometimes we have to kind of face the reality of the situation and be okay with it. It's like, okay, maybe I do think about them a little bit more than they think about me. A lot more than they think about me. But like, it might be kind of natural. You might have had stronger feelings for them than they did about you. I mean, clearly they liked you. Clearly they thought that something was here, but like, they moved on. And the easiest way to move on from someone is to meet someone else that you like very much. And maybe you haven't, and maybe you need some time to heal, and maybe you need to draw on their higher self to kind of help you get to a place where you can move on from this connection and feel like you've grown to have a relationship that you want. Ace of Air, yeah. I feel like they communicate with you through dreams. This is a unicorn here. Is it a unicorn? No, it's a Pegasus. It's Pegasus. Yeah, so I feel like they do communicate with you in dreams through messages, because I feel like you do draw on their higher self's energy, and their higher self is more than happy to assist you on your spiritual journey and your healing journey. That's totally fine. Everyone's like higher self, highest light is like their divine aspect, and their divine aspect, which is connected to your soul, connected to source energy. They can become kind of your spirit guide, until you can comfortably move on. Sorry that there's so many motorcycles out. I feel like they want to kind of drown out the noise. Like they would like it if you kind of moved on and didn't feel like, because you don't want to unintentionally draw on their energy. And they can sometimes feel it. They can sometimes feel that you're drawing on their energy. So draw on their higher selves energy, not necessarily their own energy. Yeah, because they just feel bad when they can't like reply back to you or reciprocate those feelings. Like they're like, you're a nice person, and I did for a minute think that like something could have happened here. Let me hold you in reverse. So it's kind of like they don't want to feel responsible for your well-being, and they don't want to seem like don't want to feel like they're a bad person for wanting that, like wanting to not have expectations on them, or the responsibility of your well-being on them. They're like trying to put up boundaries in a healthy way. Sex with you in reverse, yeah, they're like I wouldn't want to like hook up with you or kiss you or message you back, because I wouldn't want to give you the wrong idea. You might have hooked up with this person. You might have spent time intimately with this person. But they're a good person. I can see that, because they're like, acknowledging that like, you're a very special person, very powerful. That there's that you mean what you say, that you might have definitely you're definitely able to achieve the things that you wanted, that you're more powerful, you're stronger than most people because of the difficult experiences that you've had. But it just goes with the territory, you know. The more powerful you are, it's probably because you went through a lot of darkness. It's probably because you had to go through a lot to gain that power, you know. Last message from them to you. Yes. And I want a fresh start with you. So I feel like this is them signing up for like in another lifetime, I will definitely want a fresh start with you. Like I will definitely go through, like I will definitely be with you in the next lifetime. Or like if things, like it seems like you're doing well now, if we met at this time and I'm not with anybody and you're not with anybody, like yeah, I definitely want a fresh start with you. Because it definitely seems we've grown and we're different people now. And I can see you for who you truly are, not just in your low points or in a point in your life where you're in chaos or confusion. And to be fair, like it's not fair to put these responsibilities and expectations on anybody. When you're going through a difficult time, you can't expect someone that you don't even barely know or just starting to get to know to take on all this difficult energy with you. You know, some people take it on, very, very few people take it on. But yeah, some people come with a little bit of extra, that need a little bit extra special care and need and love. And some people can take it on and some people can't. And you can't expect someone to take on that for you, you know? But I feel like this person, they're saying that if they bumped into you now, and they aren't with anybody and you aren't with anybody and it was kind of natural and organic and they see you for who you are now, because I feel like you are just kind of growing into who you are now, they would definitely want a fresh start with you. Okay, a message from their higher self, which you probably get often. I never expected it to be you. I feel like it's like, you know, it's like kind of like the football player falling in love with the nerdy quiet girl or something like that, you know? It's like, oh, like you never think that of that parent, like you never think that's the person that you're going to fall in love with, you know, kind of thing. It's like so out of character, so out of, you know, the typical person that they date. It really challenged them to meet you in this lifetime, because they had to like grow and expand as a person to match your power. You challenge them to kind of grow more as a person, expand their mind more, pursue bigger goals, and to be more of their true selves. Like you challenge them to take on more power, and they're shocked and surprised. You do pop into their head once in a while. It's probably not as frequent, but you did inspire them. You did change the course of their life in some way. Message from their higher self. Listen to your heart. So I feel like this is them, their higher self saying, like, do what you feel is right. You know, if you feel like you need to hold on to this connection for a little bit longer to help you through, that's totally fine. If you feel like it's time to let go and accept all possibilities, whatever that may be, in a very healthy way, then do that and see what happens. But, only you can make this decision. Only you can be responsible for your life. And they're saying, listen to your heart. So, like, you know what is right for you. And what you should do next. Okay. Spirit's advice for this connection. Oh my gosh. Flew all the way over there. Speak your truth. This is a good practice with anyone that, like, you feel that there's unrequited love, even like exes or old friends or family members that, like, you feel like you never got to, like, speak your full truth to. And these things change. So every once in a while, you might be, if there's a situation of unrequited love, you might do this in cycles. Every once in a while, you feel like you've grown as a person and there's something additional you want to say to that person. Instead of writing to them, instead of texting them, bombarding them with, like, unsolicited advice and conversations and words and actions and things, you can just talk to them as if they're in the room with you. And just, just say to them your truth. And you might surprise yourself what comes up. It could be like, you're right. I might have been a little bit obsessed with you. I might have liked you way more than you liked me, and I might have had a hard time moving past that, but I needed to do it on my own time, in my own way, and I'm proud of myself for where I am today, how I use and channel this energy to make myself a better person, to attract a more divine partner in my life, and to be able to release things easily, comfortably, that no longer serve me. Whatever the thing is. And last but not least, what's happening with this connection? Believe in the impossible. Well, there you have it. It's not It's not bad to believe in impossible dreams or really grand love. It's just like releasing and how it comes to you or how it looks when it comes to you. That's the thing. That's what blocks the manifestation. All right, so I hope you enjoyed this reading. This was something. But it's like all too real, you know? There's so many people in our community that go through these energies. And it's like important to remind each other that, like, yeah, we've all been there, you know? A lot of us have been there and we understand. And it's just something that you have to deal with in life. And hopefully you can do it better than the last person. All right. I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, I really appreciate a like or comment. You know, even sometimes these more difficult readings. I mean, I think this was beautiful because like it ends with like, yes, I want a fresh start with you. Believe in the impossible. And then success. Like you have 6 of Wands and success here. Like you're definitely very successful. Like this unrequited love pushed you to be very, very successful. So in a lot of ways. So, you know, it wasn't all for nothing. And you may have this or better coming very soon. All right. Hope you have a beautiful rest of the day, and I wish you much love and light.